Volume 3 issues directly explore the subconscious. In these episodes, I provide you with techniques to uncover your own deeper mind content, then illustrate what to look for and show you how to change. But these episodes require focus and undivided concentration. Properly applied, they deliver you deep, personal insights into life and your own consciousness beyond anything you've experienced or can find elsewhere. I suggest you only delve into Volume 3 pieces when you have the time and a quiet setting where you can focus and concentrate. Part 4 of Volume 3 opens 3 episodes that explore techniques for the inner search. Here we look at meditation, its value, and its limitations. The Essence of Reality explores how the psyche which you are creates the reality you encounter. Here you go, you found the Essence of Reality, presenting a unique view of human consciousness, of your mind, and the nature of your being. We explore life's real function, well beyond the dim scope of religion and science. Those old views distort your perception of life's real flow. Insights here clarify it. Only you create your life's real qualities: health, success, relationships. To see just how that works, stay tuned and come back again, because we have many topics about life to cover. Volume 3 issues all look at consciousness with a focus on your own journey. This one with a focus particularly on meditation. Explanations as to the workings of the subconscious, the nature of healing, and your personal significance are helpful to your gaining full awareness of your nature. But insights you gain from my other videos or my books are only bits of information. They may help break you free of old thinking, of flawed ways of seeing life common to Western culture. Far more important, though, are tools presented here and in the next 2 episodes, that is, using them. The subconscious and its workings is relatively inflexible. It much prefers to hang on to prefixed ideas, ones learned through childhood, ones received through deeply trusted sources, especially from those earlier times in life. What you learn from reading, even from reviewing and repeating these videos, only adds to a vast array of other ideas you've encountered previously. The subconscious will only layer new info on top of its current store of other information. You may agree with my points, see from my illustrations how you're connected to things. But until you experience that connection directly, and until you remove old beliefs and definitions that state otherwise, your awareness of life's oneness will be distorted by your current mindset. So this 4th entry of Volume 3 begins to explore techniques that open hazy windows so you can see more clearly what's happening in life. Indeed, using these practices will actually open doors, getting you out of the old house constructed from your beliefs and old definitions, letting you see clearly how life flows, so that you don't have to rely on my insight or that of anybody else. Tom Nair here, as always, exploring consciousness. Perspectives here add to my website, my books, and many talks I've given to open-minded listeners. During a mystical experience I had as a young man traveling around Europe, I could clearly see that the scene surrounding me wasn't a collection of isolated objects, but part of a oneness, which I was viewing from within its own essence. It took many years of a personal inner journey, though, to see that oneness full time. That clarity of perception I call clear awareness, seeing life without the distortion of popular beliefs and absorbed definitions. These videos are purely intended to share my unique view of life's subtle effects. The core message here in EoR is that the inner, in the form of elements of your mindset, corresponds directly to effects in the outer, in your real life. Most don't see that oneness, nor will they in this lifetime. Some will, though. But every person's journey from a common level of seeing things toward greater clarity of perceiving that oneness is different. One purported pathway towards enlightenment is meditation. As a principal tool of Eastern mystical traditions, meditation has been introduced to the West in various forms. In effect, initial goals of those traditions include quieting the mind to generally reduce life stress, improve health, and extend life. But in the bigger picture, much of the goal is to quiet the rampant flow of thoughts that plague the typical mind. The intent there is to allow the meditator to become aware of the reality he or she senses, to perceive the oneness directly, like I did during my mystic experience. A vision beyond view of the normally disjointed mind. Buddhist traditions like Zen and Metta focus on position and breathing to achieve quiet. Sati, or mindfulness, will focus on the moment, seeking quiet as an early step toward deeper transformation or spiritual development. Hindu traditions move towards use of a mantra as a technique to help quiet the mind. One sits comfortably with a focus on breath or some external object. As thoughts come spontaneously to mind, one repeats a mantra, one word. Om, for example. That's thought to be the humming sound of cosmic energy. The mantra is intended to quell or bypass the flow of extraneous thoughts that commonly come to mind. Some practices, like the more organized transcendental meditation, will supply, at a fee, a supposedly special mantra, which may be personal, a customized sound, or one out of esoteric Eastern traditions. Some practices in the yogic traditions will focus on chakra points, 7 energy points they describe running up along the spine through which energy is supposed to flow. Another puts focus on the third eye. That's a mystical sort of extra eye, which is said to sense things beyond the physical. Kundalini-style meditation focuses on energy at the base of the spine. Tantra meditation may pinpoint attention on various things, ranging from emptiness, as in the space between two thoughts, to the inside of the skull, great delight, feelings of pain, and so forth. Of course, there's the Chinese tradition too. Qigong and Taoist schools both put focus on qi, that nefarious energy floating about, and of course relaxation. Oh, and there's always Christian meditation, where contemplative prayer and silent meditation aim to focus on God. For me, though, and in the quest to gain awareness of the nature of self and consciousness, meditation isn't an end, or even an exclusive means to an end. In Eastern mystical traditions, the flow of thoughts emanating from the mind during normal activities is supposed to be the main problem. The idea is if you stop these thoughts, your mind will be at peace and you'll spontaneously be able to perceive the oneness of things. The trouble is, that isn't the case. And it not only doesn't work, it can't. And here's why. Much of our Western thinking is based on the notion of separation. You are one thing and everything is distant and apart from you. If you want to make something happen, you have to manipulate things to make it so. Religion postulates a God as cause to things. You have to pray to him for stuff. Maybe make offerings and bow to his greatness. Science, looking only at the real world out there, adds to the distance. Holding its objective view, one seems to have to fight, struggle, plead, wrangle, entreaty, bribe, purchase, work. All sorts of prescribed actions are needed to get things you desire, but you aren't separate from the reality you encounter. You're connected to daily unfolding events and relationships. You attract them. The flow of thought you experience, ongoing, isn't meaningless chatter of an unwieldy mind. It isn't the bad guy in the scheme of things as depicted by Eastern disciplines. You learn since childhood how to manipulate your mother and others to get what you want, to get the cookies and to elicit praise. The flow of thought is simply a continuous surge of evaluation, planning, alerts, and so forth, all associated with fulfilling your desires, just like you learned to do through action. Thus, the real means to quiet the mind is to dispel a wide range of ideas you hold that other forces and sources drive your life. Along with that, you jettison a complex of mind elements that you have manifesting undesired health issues, failure, and broken relationships. Along the way, though, through experience and direct encounter, plus the deletion of ideas that separate you from encountered life, along that pathway you gain real, indelible awareness of life's oneness. You quiet the mind by eliminating all the illusory things it had been stressing over when you didn't grasp how life actually works. So, meditation is a starting point, but it doesn't get you all that far. Still, quieting the mind for a few minutes each day does get you moving toward inner peace. Eventually, other techniques that delve deeper are needed to attain real peace, but do so without force. I liken the situation to holding a bottle full of smelly, rotting organics. The Eastern technique to eliminate the smell would be to cork the bottle, like they stifle thoughts as though they were the bad guys. What you need to do, though, is pour out the rotten material and rinse out the bottle. Then you don't need a stopper. When you dispel the subconscious processes that yield and conflict and stress, you don't need to stifle extraneous thoughts. They won't emerge from a quiet mind. Meditation is easy. Sit quietly and comfortably in a chair where you won't fall asleep. Not that sleep is bad, of course, but it doesn't accomplish the same quiet state. Focus on your breathing and relaxing each muscle from head on down. Every time a thought comes to mind, like what's on TV this evening, what you need at the store, your car needs an oil change, or your boss has been hard to deal with, release it. Tell yourself that your mind is quiet now. Responsibilities, needs, everything can be dealt with later. Then let loose. Releasing a thought when it comes up spontaneously. That's your start. Relaxation. You don't need a white robe. You don't need incense, candles, and other paraphernalia. You do need quiet, away from dogs, kids, music, and interfering spouses. Relax. Relax and quiet the mind. Next, we'll look at other tools to delve into mind content. The purpose will be to clear away negating and neutralizing mind elements. Meditation won't do that for you. Releasing thoughts that surface doesn't eliminate the mind structures that invoke them, which can be quite complex. Those mechanisms of mind lie deeper within the subconscious, and they'll take some searching and reprogramming well beyond the scope of meditation. But the more peaceful standpoint of a mind quieted somewhat by meditation, that's a better launching pad. What you learn from reading only adds to a vast array of other ideas you've encountered previously. Until you remove old beliefs and definitions that state otherwise, your awareness of life's oneness will be distorted by your current mindset. The core message here in EoR is that the inner, in the form of elements of your mindset, corresponds directly to effects in the outer, in your real life. One purported pathway towards enlightenment is meditation. Much of the goal is to quiet the rampant flow of thoughts that plague the typical mind. Buddhist traditions like Zen and Metta focus on position and breathing. Hindu traditions move towards use of a mantra as a technique to help quiet the mind. Some practices in the yogic traditions will focus on chakra points. Kundalini-style meditation focuses on energy at the base of the spine. Tantra meditation may pinpoint attention on various things. The Chinese tradition too, Qigong and Taoist schools both put focus on Qi, that nefarious energy floating about. Christian meditation, contemplative prayer and silent meditation aim to focus on God. But in the quest to gain awareness of the nature of self and consciousness, meditation isn't an end, or even an exclusive means to an end. It not only doesn't work, it can't. The flow of thought you experience ongoing isn't meaningless chatter of an unwieldy mind. The flow of thought is simply a continuous surge of evaluation, planning, alerts, and so forth, all associated with fulfilling your desires, just like you learn to do, through action. The real means to quiet the mind is to dispel a wide range of ideas you hold that other forces and sources drive your life. Meditation is a starting point, but it doesn't get you all that far. Meditation won't clear away negating and neutralizing mind elements. Those mechanisms of mind lie deeper within the subconscious, and they will take some searching and reprogramming well beyond the scope of meditation.